Hello?
Hey.
What's going on, brother?
Man, I can't call it, bro. My house is very quiet right now. I don't have any kids. Definitely a tricky moment right now.
How's my audio? My headphones aren't working, so I'm just going straight off the microphone. Does it sound all right?
Yeah, it sounds pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, at the beginning, it sounded like my shit was starting to do that underwater echoing shit again, but it seemed like it cleared up. That shit was weird, bro.
Yeah, you sound good.
All right, good shit, bro. Yeah, you sound good as well,
Thank you, brother.
No problemo, man. No problem.
Episode 50, let's take off like a rocket.
Ain't that something? Podcast 50, man. We should have a celebration. You know what I'm saying?
For real. Throw a party and shit.
Hell yeah, podcast 50, let's throw some confetti there. You know what I'm saying?
For real. We're spiritually, having a party, this is it's a big accomplishment for us, man.
You know what I'm saying? Shit, the way we operate, this is our party right here, bro. You feel me? This is our
right.
Podcast.
I just pulled up. I'm in some nice gear. You know what I'm saying? I maybe brought, a lady with me. You know what I mean? Just some arm candy, nothing much.
Okay. Shit, that's what's up, my dude. You feel me? I brought me a spirit, woman as well. I got my arm around her right now.
Right.
Feel me? Yeah.
Just chilling.
Got good, bro.
Posted up with some hors d'oeuvres and shit. Maybe some like pigs in a blanket and maybe some mozzarella sticks. Maybe some, you know what I'm saying? Chips and salsa for sure.
Man, that sounds good. Let's get this intro knocked out real quick, bro.
All right, brother.
All right, my dude. Welcome to the Unchained podcast. This is your boy SpiritWar Martin, along with this great podcast partner. We always put God first and become your inner lion in this crooked matrix and spiritual warfare, y'all. Boy, listen here.
Man.
I know, right? It's just, it's kind of a trip that we're on podcast 50, bro. Like, we're literally getting...
Yeah, it's a trip. It's definitely one of those numbers where it's like, damn, halfway to 100. And, it feels like, that first one. I actually was listening to the first one, bro. Last night, I was listening to a lot of our old podcasts. Older episodes and just kind of feeling it out and seeing how we've progressed and things like that. And the first one was actually pretty good. And you can go and hear like our tone of voice and stuff like that. And you can definitely tell it's the first podcast because the energy is just like fresh. You know what I mean? Now we're a lot more like smooth. I don't really know how to explain it, but we've definitely improved with how we bounce off of each other and just the energy and all that kind of stuff. So it's been cool to watch, how we've evolved. It feels like it's been really fast, but at the same time, 50 episodes is a lot of episodes, man.
That is, bro. Man, it's starting to echo and shit again. I hope it doesn't do this throughout the whole podcast, bro. But yeah, if you think about it, it's like a video game. We're on like level 50 right now, bro. We went through like 50 levels already.
Right.
And still going pretty hard in the lane, and got 50 more to do. We're on the road right now. The road 100, bro. And we're doing pretty good right now because this, this is authentic. It's still to do for us, because we're living this life. So it's definitely, gift from God, bro. Yeah, just showing gratitude. That's really important. Gratitude like crazy out here. And that's what I noticed about myself more than ever, man, is being appreciative of what we do and showing gratitude to all this.
Yeah.
Feel me? Facts.
Yeah, bro, definitely. There's definitely moments where I'm just like, man, It's definitely like my favorite part of the day is getting on here with you, bro, chopping shit up. You know what I mean? And
Yes.
it's a lot of fun, especially now. Just feels like we're, yeah, like I said already, you know, it feels like we're improving a lot and making it a lot more, I don't know, professional. Maybe, you know, we're just kind of, you know, fixing little things here and there and just making it as best as it can be.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. It's like growing. It's growing together in this process. That's what it is. You know, we're going through this journey together, also growing together. You feel me? That's
Oh yeah, absolutely.
growth together on this process. So everything coming more and more in place and more comfortable. So far as confidence and being open about stuff and just chopping shit up, bro, and just taking off authentically. I love it.
Yeah, it's definitely it's gone from like podcast is a thing I do to me being like a podcaster. You know, I feel like that's part of who I am now.
Ooh, me too, bro. You know, it's natural. It's too natural for it to not be who we are. This is who we are. We just had to figure it out, or at least obviously put God first and let him slap it in our face. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You know, because that's what it was like. It's like God literally slapped it in our face because I shit you not. As soon as you asked me, you know, if I wanted to do a podcast, which listen, that was automatic. You know, that was an automatic yes, dude, because I listened to podcasts. Me become one, what? That's a dream come true, man. You know?
Yeah. I was originally going to try to do this with Mark, and obviously Mark, you know, he can come on the podcast anytime he wants. You know, he's already been on 2 of them, but you know, and I'd loved for Mark to get on more of them as much as he wants to, but at the same time, he's very busy. So like, it was hard for me and him to really knock out as much as, you know, how many me and you are doing. So as soon as me and you took off, I mean, that it solidified, you know, us as like a partnership. You know what I'm saying?
Facts, bro. You know, exactly. Because listen, when we are together, bro, we are dangerous. You know, a dangerous tag team in the wrestling ring and get all these victories through these podcasts.
Yeah, bro.
You know,
complement each other very well, I must say.
absolutely.
We both have different strengths. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for me to really pinpoint what they are, but I definitely know that you have some stuff that you do that I'm not the best at. You know what I'm saying? And then I have my own style. You know what I mean? That I kind of, it's hard to even like say what it is, but I know that, you know, we're different, but you know, we both have strengths, you know what I'm saying? And we play off of them, and then we complement each other.
Absolutely. It's like our symbol, bro. The yin yang symbol. We both like have different skill sets, but when we're together, it's like the perfect match. Like the yin yang symbol. That's
exactly.
You know, it's exactly like that. That's why, you know, that's our logo, because that's literally like how we are. It's crazy.
Yeah, and it also has to do with the fact that, like, I feel like we are similar in a lot of ways with the way we think, and then so, you know, when one of us is speaking on something, you know, it's easy for the other person to relate. You know what I'm saying? So we relate off the bat really fast, and so that's what makes the conversations flow so smooth. You know what I mean? And then we start talking about all these crazy topics, and then it just pops off.
Yeah, you know, just natural, you know, natural energy. And that's important, you know, for a lot of people to have out there. But it takes a lot of work, you know, it takes a lot of, you know, self-analyzation, you know, because you have to love yourself before you can even be able to do something like this, is what I've noticed.
Yes.
Like straight up, bro. It's like God knew as soon as we got to the point to where we worked on ourselves good enough.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he's like, here goes a podcast for you.
Bam, listen here.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
That's exactly how it is. He's sitting back just watching everything like, okay, you both are working on yourself and you guys got similar attributes. As soon as the time is right, I'm gonna have Sebastian ask if the podcast is lit or not. And you better say yes, and I'll shit you not, I sure as hell did.
Yeah, we have similar goals and stuff, similar mindsets, in the fact that, like, we want to help other guys, get out of situations like we were in. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely.
I feel like everybody's situations look different. Like me and you, our situation, I mean, we're similar. I mean, when you're involving alcohol and drugs and you start to get into like addiction and alcoholism, I've noticed that it's all pretty similar. It's all, you're using substances to, find an escape because, you don't like the way you are sober. And so, like, we can relate in that aspect, but I feel like the details don't matter much as far as like spiritual death, because the solution is the same. You know what I'm saying? Like how we were saying before, you got the pieces to the puzzle. It's just about putting them together. And, everybody goes through pain and everybody has different pain and suffering. So, it's just all about trying to give people different pieces of the puzzle and trying to help them put it together so they can have their own unique way of, like, rising from that spiritual death and being confident and, becoming a solid person out here. You know what I mean? No more pain and suffering and, all that bullshit.
Absolutely. And it's important to make sure that we don't feel alone out here as well too, because when a lot of guys out here get to that point where they feel alone, man, that's when suicide goes up, and we can't be feeling like that. That's why it's important to speak on what's going on with you. Speak on what's going on with you and what's bothering you, and it's like getting the weight off. Getting a weight off your shoulders. But some guys out there have a hard time doing that, man, because they just fear.
Yeah. There's a lot of guys that have too much pride, and it's their ego, and that's a shame, because if only they would let go of that and allow themselves to look vulnerable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how you get through that. I know a lot of people that I've seen going through it, and they're unwilling to admit it because of their pride. They think that, oh, I'm better than that. They overlook their problems, but they're literally just neglecting their problems. You know what I mean? And they're just letting their problems fester even more, because they're unwilling to admit that maybe they're an alcoholic, or they have addiction problems, or they're addicted to gambling or overeating or anything like that. Like, a lot of people have trouble admitting this stuff.
I don't see why. I mean, shit, once you talk about it, it's other people that's going through the same shit.
Yeah, I know. Well, I feel like these people, they don't know that. They don't realize how many other people have been there and how many other people have climbed out. So, like, they're so stuck that they're just scared and full of pride, and they're just all messed up, bro. Just out of whack completely. Just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly.
So
very disagreeable. Unaligned with the universe and very disoriented.
Yes. A lot of these people are, I've noticed, usually they don't really have a spiritual life.
Exactly. That's what it is, bro. And not putting God first.
Right. Yeah, there's definitely, I really don't know that too many people that talk about God much, bro. So it's like, I know a lot of people, I do know a handful of people that claim they say, I don't believe in God, but I'm spiritual. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely know people like that, but it's a small percentage of people that claim, God, and, they talk about Jesus and God. It's almost like you're an outsider. As soon as you mention Jesus, people think that you're weird and stuff like that.
Yeah, they'd be like, oh, he's all religious and all this shit. And it's like, no, it's not like that. I'm spiritual as hell. And I also know that there's a power greater than me. So this power that's greater than me, I'm going to be connected with it, whatever you want to call it. You know, universe, you know, God, divine power source, whatever. You know, I'm connected to that shit. You feel me? And I'm grateful to be connected to it. The big me upstairs, you know?
Right.
You know, because everybody's different, and you know, it can get real weird because everybody's in their own mental world, you know, so everything is different with everybody, but there is a power greater than us, whatever you want to call it, you know. I like to call it the big homie upstairs. I like to call it God. You know?
Yeah.
You know, that's just how I rock, you know, me and you both.
Yeah, we both have very similar views on the spiritual. I mean, the same views, so it works out.
Absolutely, my boy.
You know what I'm saying? And I never used to be like. It really happened to me when I was like, you know, I said it on the last podcast. I grew up a Christian, and I grew up going to Bible studies and with my grandma, who was very, very devout Christian, bro, and she was trying to convert all of us. We had a lot of grandchildren, and you know, she got all of us baptized at a young age, and then we're doing confession and all this stuff. We were raised Catholic, so I'm saying like Christian, you know, and you know, then sometime I just went off the path, you know what I mean? Went off the path with like different things. Pretty sure it started with like chasing women, you know what I mean? Started to get involved with women in grade school and stuff, and then as soon as I started smoking weed and drinking, and then it was a wrap, you know what I mean? It got a hold of me for almost 20 years, you know what I mean? So I'm basically, until just recently, you know, when I got out of my last little stint there, when I was sober for 5 years, and then I relapsed, and I was going through it for a couple of years, man, and then God really got a hold of me again, bro, to where like, yeah, it was a very strong message, you know, and it was very clear to me that it was Jesus, you know what I mean? It wasn't just because I was that guy before. I was that guy who said, you know, I don't believe in God, but I'm spiritual, you know, and I would meditate, and I wasn't sure what I believed in. You know, I had like Buddhas on my desk, and I would meditate, and I was looking at like Hindu stuff, and I was looking at Buddhism, you know, I was researching a lot of different religions and spirituality, everything but Christianity. And then this time it came up to me where, you know, this moment when God really touched me and basically told me this is my chance for a rebirth, you know, it was obvious to me that it was Jesus, you know what I mean? And I had a bunch of different signs, and it was a very crazy experience, bro. And that's pretty much what he told me is basically it's a rebirth. You know what I mean? You know, I know we've talked about it a lot, but it feels like my old self is dead. You know, I'm a whole new person. You know what I mean? Jesus and God like molded me into a new version of myself, and now I'm just like, especially on semen retention. You know, semen retention put me in a whole nother gear. But I'm saying, you know, now I can't even, you know, when I think about my old self, it's a trip to even think about it.
Yeah, I know. Same with me, bro. Especially, you know, as reckless as I was, you know, I was real reckless, bro. You know, getting tied up with a lot of, women out here, you know, being very lustful and very drunk, you know, and just out of control, bro. Just, you know, unaware and unaligned with the universe, just out here destroying shit. Everything in my past, destroying that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you know, I had to go through that, and then once I started putting God first and big homie, and reading the great book every day, you know, my life has changed, bro.
Oh yeah.
You know, very disciplined now. Don't tolerate no bullshit, you know what I'm saying? And protect my energy more than ever, and make sure that I'm with God all the time more than ever, you know, no matter what.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I pray more than ever. You know what I mean? Just like more genuine prayers, bro, like than I ever have in my entire life. You know what I mean? Because I know for a fact. I don't think, I know for a fact that God is with us, bro. God is with us right now. He's with us every second of every day. You know what I mean? He's always trying to help us. He's always got our back with whatever we do, especially if we're obeying him and we're doing the right things. We're being a good person and not committing not all in these sins, that everybody is doing in society nowadays. And especially the fact that we're putting down the lust and doing semen retention. I mean, he's super proud of us, man. Especially because he was watching us, you know what I'm saying, when we were acting a fool.
Mm-hmm.
He still had a close eye on us. It's like he was like a parent and watching us through the window in the backyard, just causing a fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, there he goes, and he's gonna trip over that stick and fall into the mud. Okay, I'm just gonna sit here and watch him do it. You know what I mean? Just to watch your kids learn a lesson, and then, you know what I mean? As soon as they come in crying, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna come in crying. They're gonna ask, I need some help. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what we did.
Perfect analogy, bro. Yeah, when you said like a parent looking out the window at the kids in the yard, that was perfect. Ooh,
mm-hmm. That's how it is. He's watching us, making sure we're okay. We're not gonna die or anything crazy like that. But you know what I'm saying? He's gonna let us get into some trouble so we come running back to him and ask for help.
Yeah, he was definitely out watching us out there playing, like some kids, bro. Crazy.
Acting foolish
as hell, bro. Ooh, wait. Ain't that something? That's how God works.
I know.
It's just amazing, Just amazing. I'm grateful for all of it, man. Everything. Yeah, the synchronization, bro. That's topic number one. Let's jump into that. Synchronization, for me, being on this SR journey is really bizarre shit, bro. When you're going through the same thing with someone else, especially when they're on SR as well, it just shows you that this is real, bro. It shows you that this shit is real because you are going through the same shit as a lot of other guys on their SR journey. It's
right.
Real, it's real bizarre, but it's confirmation as to how powerful it is to control that signal.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. I've noticed me and you are synchronized a lot of the time, just going through similar things, you know what I mean? And then you'll have like other retainers and stuff like that. Another aspect to this topic I've noticed is like just to synchronize moments, you know what I mean? Like with God, to basically like let us know that we're on the right path, because I get these all the time, and it's become almost normal to me now. Just all these little signs, all these little things. I mean, I get so many of them, bro, to where, before my old self, I used to get kind of shocked by these. I'd be like, damn, what the hell is going on? But now I know that it's God just kind of talking to me and stuff. So, now it's just, to me, I look at all those signs as just like reassurance. He's basically just telling me, reminding me like, hey, you're doing a good job. Just keep it up. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So,
same thing with me.
Yeah, that's how I think it is.
Yeah, same thing with me, man. He's been showing me a lot of 111s lately, bro. The intuition number. And he also showed me 88 earlier today. And that stands for balance. So obviously I must be balanced right now and having a high level of intuition. And that's exactly how I feel, because I told you earlier that I've been like way more on the empath side as far as feeling people's energy more than ever now.
Right.
Yeah, bro. That's that 111 shit.
Yeah, bro. I mean, it's crazy, man.
And then 888 stands for back. And I've been getting random friend requests / spiritual people wanting to follow me on Instagram now, just out of nowhere, bro. Like 3 of them.
Random pages.
They got like spiritual pictures, and you know, they're just like spiritual people or whatever.
Yeah, bro. I've been getting tons of people like that, just trying to follow me, and I'm pretty sure they're noticing what we're doing, man. They're noticing either the podcast from YouTube or something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. It's just weird as hell. But
it's about to get a lot more crazy, bro. As we keep going, we're gonna start getting a lot of those. I think we better start getting used to it.
Manifestation like crazy, huh?
Oh yeah, people are gonna start coming out the woodwork really soon, bro. I mean, podcast 50, we're pumping these out, bro, and they're just getting better and better. So we're gonna start getting some serious listeners coming up here.
Hey, it's whatever, bro. Yeah, down for that, man. We just got to keep going forward and being authentic and talking about this stuff and being synchronized, you know.
Oh yeah.
Let's get into topic number 2.
All right.
Topic number 2. What do you think about staying on track?
The first thing that comes to mind is basically what we have been talking about, bro. I relate it to my life and what we're doing with this podcast and the YouTube and trying to help people and getting our message out there. So, I feel like it's just very important to stay focused on what you're doing because, there are a lot of distractions, especially now. In this day and age, tons of distractions, bro. So, it's just very important, once you get it dialed in, stay focused and I like to say it to you a lot, when we've found, it's like we've already done the hard part. We found our way to express ourselves with this podcast and our YouTube videos and semen retention and all of this stuff, bro. We've done the hard part. So now it's up to us to stay focused, stay on track, and just keep putting in the work. You know what I mean? And eventually, we're going to reach our goals, and it works like that for everybody.
Absolutely, bro. It's as simple as it is. It just comes down to discipline and consistency, and that's it. Consistently keep doing what we're doing, and the rest will fall into place. It's just about us staying on the track and not falling off. And we've been doing pretty good so far, so I don't see us stopping anything. I don't see that happening anytime soon because this it's too fun and it makes me feel good. Both of them, bro.
Yeah, and not only that, we got people that are hitting us up and letting us know that it's been helping them, whether that's get through their day or help them on their semen retention journey or helping them with interacting with females and relationships, because we talk about a lot of different things, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're basically like, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but we definitely talk about a lot of stuff. So it's like we cover a lot of ground.
Let's say we're semen retention, livelihood people.
Yeah.
Or like it's not just about SR all the time. We talk about real life shit.
We talk about psychology a lot, bro, and human behavior.
Yeah.
And we talk about mental health, and we talk about spirituality, and we talk about God. We talk about relationships. We talk about females as men and how to interact with them. We talk about a lot of things, bro.
Yeah, and it's what we go through. That's all it is. It's just what we experience, and we just talk about it. But it's people out there who can relate, but they just don't know how or afraid to talk about it.
I think that's what we are, man. When we break it down, it's like, definitely semen retention and God is what brought us here. But at the end of the day, and we do talk about those topics a lot because, that's an everyday thing. So it's kind of hard to miss those things. But I feel like we're just real. We just talk about life in general and we just keep it as real as possible. And, we both have two unique perspectives and we're both full of wisdom and knowledge and experience. And we've also been through a lot of pain, both of us. So we know, we've been through the mud per se, you know what I mean? So we can speak on a lot of this stuff.
Absolutely. So if anything, we've been under the mud, bro.
Right.
Under the mud like crazy. We went through that shit and went down up under that shit, bro. Yeah, so, and climbing back out of that shit, it's definitely a testimony. That's why as a spirit in a meat suit, I feel very powerful now, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, you are very powerful, bro.
And going on semen retention as well, and having this energy and being connected with you as well, it's some beautiful, powerful shit.
That's what it is. I know we say this a lot, but God knew both of our strengths, and He knew that we were both powerful guys. He's like, let me see what happens if I put them together. Let's see what happens.
Man, we got Detective Erlacher of Brian, and we got Savage Lee Erlacher, and Detective Erlacher of Brian.
Yeah, I am a detective low key out here. I haven't really spoken about that on the podcast, but they'll find out eventually.
Oh yeah, we'll get to it. We'll get to it eventually.
I'm a detective out here.
Most definitely, bro. Like literally, from what I see, you are a spiritual detective. Like literally, like you are a detective to the unseen.
For real, it's hard to get shit past me.
A detective of the unseen out here in the spiritual aspect, and that is
And most people, if I were to try to explain this stuff to them, they would look at me like I was fucking crazy. Like I need to go to the psych ward. But it's real shit, People don't have this. It's a gift from God. So
of course they would. When you're on a spiritual pathway and you understand spirituality, people who are carnal and materialistic and entitled, they have no clue or any idea with that. Because they're of this world. It's that simple.
You know what's crazy, bro?
Go ahead, bro.
My bad. I was saying that when all this stuff really came to pass for me, when I really started to realize a lot of this stuff as far as like what we were just saying, like being a detective and I started to find out about the aliens and doing a lot of this research about things. And a lot of people like to call it conspiracy theories, but, it is what it is, I know we've had a lot of conversations just about like aliens and shapeshifters and all this stuff that's going on, conscious X, that kind of stuff. And when I first found out about all this stuff, it was pretty much the same thing. I was doing like that, my detective work, and I've told you a couple stories about like, basically is when I found out like about spiritual warfare and all that stuff. And then I started just kind of like exposing things that I would see around, you know what I'm saying? And when I would talk about it to other people, it did not go over well. Like my mom, I remember I told my mom, started talking to my mom, and all I said was that I just like believed in aliens and she's like, really? And then like it threw her off guard, and I, went into it and told her that I believe, that aliens are on the earth and all this stuff. And she literally told me I needed to go to a psych ward. So like, my mom isn't really on that frequency, and she doesn't really see what the stuff that people like me and you see, and people like Mark, and I have a handful of friends that I could talk to about deep, out there subjects like this, that most people think we're fucking crazy when we talk about this, but we know that it's real. And when it pops off, we're gonna be the guys that are sitting there like, the fuck did I tell you?
For real,
been saying
man.
That's years, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've been saying this for years, and y'all thought I was crazy.
For real, bro. And that's how it is, man. When you got people who are, we have deep rabbit hole conversations, right? And nobody gets offended or get mad and all this shit, because you can't have deep rabbit hole conversations with a lot of people without them getting offended or getting mad on some weird shit, instead of just conversating about it and being open. You feel me?
Right.
And, that's why it's important to have a select group of individuals where you could do this with, because everybody's not built for this like we are,
Right.
And, it's just interesting to have these conversations, because it's literally, I feel like it's going on.
Oh, yeah.
You feel me? Kept hidden from us, and it's out here. Shit. It is.
Yeah.
We're not the only living things out here.
Absolutely not. You know what I mean?
It's all types of weird ass shit going on out there. And as far as I'm concerned, the Ninja Turtles is probably real. You feel me? From like historical times or some shit. From thousands of years ago, probably creatures walking around here looking like Raphael and Michelangelo and shit. You feel me?
Yeah, I mean, it's the reptilian conversation is a deep one, bro. I mean, that's one of the most ancient, confirmations of aliens on this planet. Basically, they say that a lot of people say that reptilians were the first civilization on our planet, on Earth. Reptile humanoids. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
And there's a lot of people that say that they're still here, and they live underground, and they live in mountains. I'm under the impression that a lot of them are amongst us. You know what I mean? And they basically can change form. They shapeshift, and they're human beings, and there's demons, there's angels, all of this shit, bro. And like I said, this topic is highly controversial, but I'm not gonna, there's nothing that anybody can say to make me change my mind, because I know it's real. You know what I'm saying? And I know that you feel the same way. So
yeah, of course, man. I'm just open. I'm open to a lot of shit that's here on this earth, because once you see shit for what it really is, it's just it's no going back. So you're just like, okay, what else is up?
Right.
Yeah. What else is up?
Man, and once you pop open that cork, it's really hard to go back, because once you find that stuff out, and I've made a lot of progress with a lot of this stuff too. It's not like it used to scare me, but now it's like, now that I have God, none of this stuff even matters. God is more powerful than anything. So it's like, even if there were fucking like gargoyles and monsters running around and they were in broad daylight, I think I would still be okay, as long as they weren't like taking everybody out. Right. You know what I mean? I would still be fine, because I have God. God's more powerful than any punk ass shit like that. You know what I mean? We're human beings. We're powerful as well. We're powerful beings as well. So it's all good. When we have God, there's nothing that can really take us off of our square. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely right. You put God first, nothing can defeat you. Like you said, it could be some damn reptilianoids walking out in public like normal ass people. Ain't gonna scare. As long as they act civilized and not be on no reckless road.
Oh man, I wouldn't even care. I would be like, yeah, I would be fascinated. I would be really
Oh,
fascinated, and I would want to go talk to him and see what's up.
right. Figure out what man, you figure out their name is Larry or some shit. You be like, all right, have a good day, Larry, and whole ass
Yeah,
to
yeah, bro. I would be one of those dudes who went and tried to conversate, dead ass.
I would too, because what the fuck do I gotta be scared of? I'm not scared of shit, really. If I'm already open enough to talk about my personal issues, why the fuck would I be scared to walk up to a civilized ass reptilian or humanoid or
Alien,
something? You know,
right? Unless yeah, exactly. I'd be like, yo, tell me about your planet. Tell me about what's going on with you. You know what I mean? I'm not a threat. I'm just trying to be your friend. You know what I'm saying? I would just be like, let's be friends. You know what I mean? Let's figure out. Let's try to coexist.
especially if they civilized shit out here walking through stores, shopping and shit. You feel me?
Oh yeah, I would. Yeah, that would be crazy, bro. I low key hope that happens, and I feel like our generation. I'm gonna say a prediction here on air because I've been thinking about this for a while, but I feel like our generation is going to be the generation that makes contact with the aliens. We're getting a lot of like, um, you're finding all these new planets, these Earth-like planets. They just found one yesterday, bro. I think I sent it to you, but they're finding all these exoplanets, these habitable Earth-like planets light years away. The technology is getting crazy, bro. So it's like the trajectory that we're on right now, like that NASA is on, is insane, bro. We're gonna find the planets that have life on it very soon. You know what I mean? But yeah, we're gonna find those very soon. But I also think we're gonna find out that there's aliens here, and I think it's gonna be, on CNN. It's gonna be like breaking news, blah blah blah. Humans aren't the only race on the planet, and it's gonna be big news. I'm making a prediction. I really think that's gonna happen, bro.
Oh, it's gonna happen sooner or later. You know what I'm saying? It's just coming. It's coming. It's just a matter of time, bro. Cause we ain't the only things here that's living, bro.
No. Nope. Everybody thought that we were gonna have like flying cars and all this stuff, but I think that I think we're gonna find out about the aliens. That's my little prediction, bro.
Back, bro. I agree with you. It's just a matter of time. All we can do is sit back and wait and see what the hell gonna happen in this crazy ass place we live in. You feel me? Crazy shit. That's all I gotta say. It's crazy to the motherfucker out here, bro.
Right?
Anything is possible. That's all I gotta say, especially when you put in God first.
Oh yeah. And if you got God, none of this shit, yeah, I just said it, but none of this shit, is really scary. You know what I'm saying? God's more powerful than anything. So it's honestly fascinating. It's all fascinating to me at this point.
Me too, to be honest. It's interesting, and I'm definitely not in fear and all this shit. No. That's just who I am, though. Maybe I'm an alien too.
Yeah, it could be an alien soul, or maybe we both are. That means, like, a lot of people, people call them star seeds. I don't get too deep into that because it's like, it's hard for me to understand that personally. I don't know if you're into that stuff, but there's potential that we could be like ancient souls from different planets, and then you manifest to this planet. So it's like, maybe that's why a lot of people feel different here, because we're really from a different galaxy.
Yeah, we are, bro. And I don't get too much into the star seed stuff, but I definitely believe in it. If that makes sense. I believe it's definitely some star seeds out here who got souls or spirits in them, are definitely alien-like or from a planet or some shit. Sometimes I even feel like that shit. It's hard to explain.
Yeah, bro. I feel you, man.
Straight up, just different as hell up out here, and don't give a damn.
Yeah, you're definitely a unique person, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. You know, I've been told this my whole life. I just understand it now, and I embrace it. You feel me?
Yeah, you're
Been
about to
told-
level up like crazy. God's got you on the path of. I'm just glad that I'm your partner, bro. I'm glad that I'm part of your journey because I feel like you're about to level up like crazy.
Yeah, you know, it is what it is. I'm just, you know, happy, you know, and did the shadow work and, you know, raised my spirit up. So now it's time to take off, no matter what happens.
Yeah, that's the crazy part is guys like us. We've always been powerful dudes, you know what I mean? But we just got knocked off our track, like with all these distractions that the devil punk ass sets up for us. You know what I mean? So it's like we've always been like this. That's the crazy part. You know, I've always felt different, you know, and I've always felt like I have a lot of potential. People have told me that my whole life, bro. All my teachers, all my friends, they basically like, you know, they'd see me. I was very popular at a young age, and then like I went off and started messing around with a bunch of bad shit, bro. And then people would always say, you know, I know you're doing this, but like you really have a lot of potential. I wish you would get focused because you could really make, you know, you could do a lot in this world. So it's crazy because I feel like that's happening now. You know, that's basically what I feel like is happening right now.
It is happening right now. You know, a lot of those people who tell you this, you know, oh, I wish you would get focused or get on track. Oh, they tell you this, but as soon as you do the shit, right? As soon as you do it, right, they be shook as hell.
Yeah, they're like, damn, he's actually doing it.
Be shook as hell, bro.
Yep.
You know?
I think it's because it irritates their own demons, and they're not on the same trajectory. So they're like, they low key get insecure.
Yeah, they do. But they was over there telling do this and do that, and once you start doing it, they start acting funny.
Yeah, people are weird, man.
Weird as hell, my G.
People are very weird in the way they act, and like if you don't have like spiritual life, and you don't like, if you don't have this idea of like rooting for other people to succeed, and that makes you feel good, like you need to develop a sense of like rooting for other people. Just in a general sense, like when other people do good, that should make you feel good. When other people, there's a lot of people out here that they see that and it makes them feel bad because they either get jealous or they're like, they don't deserve that, I do. Why does this person get this? And all? It's like, why don't you just be happy for that person
and work on yourself? You feel me?
Yeah.
We got to work on ourselves instead of like focusing on somebody else's success. You know, just because they got success don't mean you can't get it. You got to work on yourself. It takes work.
Exactly. That's what I've realized. I feel like that's why I feel like this right here, you know, what we're doing, bro, is the real deal, is because I really feel like I've finally put in the real work. So it has to be the real deal. You get what I'm trying to say?
Hell yeah, I know what you mean, because I had to put in the real work as well too, like getting disciplined and putting God first every day and keeping the house clean, you know, just staying on top of having environment control and being in the present moment. That's putting in work, bro. And not being, that is putting in work for God, because everybody is so distracted out here to where, you know, majority of people are not on top of shit or disciplined. You know, right. That's like the number one thing is being disciplined, and that's what God and Jesus wants, and that's all, bro. It's that simple. It's a simple life. Yeah,
it really is. And it's the difference between putting in the real work like we just described, and then, because the old version of myself, I would think I was putting in the work, but it was like half-ass work. You know, I would do like some shadow work and stuff like that, and I would make some progress. But I'd still be over here going to the casino and doing all this other bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's kind of like how I was doing half-ass shit, but I was also in a toxic-ass relationship. You know what I mean? As soon as I got out of that relationship, the gear shifted. You know?
Right.
The gear just shifted as soon as I got single and got by myself and could conserve and build my energy up. in my body and not drained. You feel me?
Yeah, bro. Once you go single, it's just you and God at that point. I forget what verse it is in the Bible, but I'm gonna try to send it to you. Do you know that verse where he talks about how it says a man is better off without a wife? He basically says that men are better off without a wife because it's we have a stronger connection with God. He said that women take us away from God, so it's like when we're single, we become very powerful because it's just us and God. And women, you know what I mean? I'm going to try to find that verse, but that's basically what he says. He says that you're more powerful when you're single. That's basically what the Bible says.
Facts, bro. I think that might be in Proverbs, my dude.
Is it? I'm going to look it up, but yeah, that's literally what it says. It says that, you're more spiritual when you're single.
Absolutely, my boy. That's the truth. Because you ain't got people who are trying to take your, or trying to sabotage, bro, or be on some degenerate,
Yeah. But
go ahead, bro. My bad.
I was just gonna say, like, we like for me, whenever I'm in a relationship, it's like I'll use the woman as my power source, and I start to forget about God. I don't completely forget, but I'm not tapping in with God as much. You know what I mean? Because we got this female over here that's gonna make us feel comfortable. She's gonna, she's gonna cook us meals. We can get intimate with them, whenever we want. You know what I mean? Cuddle and all this all this stuff that makes us feel good on the surface. It's a distraction from God. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, it is. It's like putting them on a pedestal, and basically turning them into a God and not realizing that God is watching them do this, and it pisses him off.
Big time.
It pisses his ass off because he's a selfish ass dude. And we put somebody else on a pedestal. He's like, oh, you ain't gonna put me first? Yeah, we're gonna make sure that your ass be miserable then. You're gonna be miserable in this relationship.
Yeah, the Bible also says that too, bro. It says the same thing. It says you're more spiritual when we're single, and then it also says when we're with a woman and we're not putting God first, it's gonna create, it's gonna make us miserable because they take us away from God because we make them God. If that makes sense.
Yeah, like I said, bro, putting them on a pedestal and making them into God.
Yeah, that's not the way we got to be out here.
First of all, they got to put God first too, and they got to love themselves. You feel me?
Yeah.
With us, it goes both ways. Our partner has to love themselves and put God first. Same with us. That way, we won't even be butting heads or arguing and trying to be in competition with one another.
Bro, yeah, you gotta find somebody who's putting God first as well, so that you both can put God first and that you're not making each other God. You know what I mean? Because once you do that, the relationship becomes codependent and then things just go sour, bro. Like, you gotta still have God in your life when you're in a relationship. You gotta basically, I remember a friend of mine back in the day when I first got sober, we were talking about this concept, and he basically said that he had to double down on God. Whenever he's in a relationship, he goes twice as hard. He reads the Bible twice as much, and because he knows how easy it is to fall into that trap.
Yes, and to get off of track, get off track over the booty,
Yeah, it's very easy, man. They get us, bro. They get us because they're nurturers and they're loving and all this stuff, everything that we like about women, they get us, and then we just make them into our power source. It's very unhealthy, man.
And dangerous, very, very dangerous, because a lot of kings and famous rulers from back then all fell to lust. You know what I'm saying? And got weak about it. Yeah,
that's literally, that's what we're talking about. That's pretty much, bro. It happens to the best of us. So it's hard, man. It's hard because yeah, it's very hard, bro. You know what I mean? When you have a beautiful woman in your life and she's doing all these things for you and she loves you and, you know, she's telling you you're an amazing, you know, you're the love of her life and all this stuff. It's very hard because that stuff will make you feel very good. You know what I mean? So you're like, oh, I'm good. This is, you know, I don't need God. I'm good.
Yeah. And, you know, that could be dangerous for us men out here because we're losing focus on ourselves and we're losing focus on the big homie upstairs, you know, not the universe.
Yeah.
And we can't put people first, you know, we can't put people first. We have to put God first. Then people will come, but you got to keep them, you know.
Absolutely, man.
Facts. You want to wrap
factuals?
You want to wrap this episode up and let's get another one out down here soon?
Yeah, we'll do one when I get home, bro. Let's wrap this one up, man. You want to say anything to the listeners or anything like that on our way out? Yeah,
sure. No, much love to the listeners out there who's been riding with us, you know, and you know, getting through these video game levels with Bastion. You know, we're on level 50 right now. We're about to go to level 50, you know, about to go to level 51 right now. We're
gonna go to area. I mean, we just started talking about aliens, so we might be going to Area 51.
Hey, I'm down for that because I want to see what the hell going on over there. Maybe I could dip and drive that motherfucker with my brain. You feel me? So,
ooh wee.
Drive that for my mind or my spirit. I heard the way that aliens drive spaceships is with their spirit, fam. On some crazy.
You gotta be kidding me.
I ain't kidding you because just to, you know, this is a while ago. The government, you know, took a spaceship obviously from an alien race when they took it apart, right? You hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, when they took it apart, I guess it didn't have an engine inside of it. So what the fuck were they using?
Wow, that is crazy.
Yeah, it didn't have no engine there. It had no in the spacecraft. Like, I guess they was out here drive it.
Man. Yeah, it's hard to even comprehend, you know, a lot of the stuff that I've looked into.
Me too, you know, but I'm open to it because anything is possible in this place we live in, bro. It's crazy. So yeah, we going to Area 51. I'm all in on that. I want to see what's going on. You feel me?
All right, bro. Much love to you, my boy. I'm gonna hop on my bike and head home. You know, this was a pleasure, man. This was a fun little party. You know what I mean? Little celebration. I ate about 117 pigs in a blanket and you know, chips and salsa. You know, I'm stuffed, bro. So you know, the party's over. I'm gonna head home. All right.
Hey, make sure you fall asleep. Don't fall asleep off them pig blanket.
No, I won't. I'm going to take some home, too, and heat them up later. You know what I mean? Because we got another podcast we got to knock out.
Sounds good to me, man. Yeah, get a hold of me as soon as you get home. And once again, much love to all the listeners out there. We love you guys for being with us on this journey. And the journey is still going to go straight up to the top. You feel me? Much love to you, Bastion. I'm grateful to go home to Area 51.
All right, my boy. You too, my man. Everybody, this is the Unchained podcast, episode 50. You know what I mean? Much love, and we appreciate everybody that has been tuning in. All right, Martin. I'll talk to you in a little bit, bro.
Sounds good, bro. Talk to you later.
All right, later.